We've got another CNN panel to look at where we're going to be heavy on the fact checks with the right-leaning members on the panel, as it's hilarious that MAGA will say that mainstream media and CNN and MSNBC are fake news, which they can never point to the stories that are fake, but it's always the right-leaning MAGA members of media that are the ones so quick to tell lies, as we'll see here.
That you have these partisan hack Democrat attorney generals. They get together, and the only thing they know how to do is try to nullify the results of the last election by venue shopping these district court judges. They find the most lunatic liberals they can. They file lawsuits knowing full well they're going to try to usurp the president's authority, tie this up in court for years. Donald, I hope you're happy.
Lunatic liberal judges like a George W. Bush appointee, like a Ronald Reagan appointee, like a Donald Trump appointee, like another Ronald Reagan appointee, like another George W. Bush appointee.
But to finish my point,
all of those lunatic liberal Republican appointees.
This is just another thing the right does to prime its base for fascism. It's the same way they realize that they can have their base no longer trust credible news by just saying it's fake or woke or has TDS, as if that's a real thing. But they can also just discredit judges or any ruling by saying it was made by lunatic liberals or radical leftists. I mean, even Trump is doing this on X right now. JD Vance is doing this on X right now. Elon Musk is fantasizing about impeaching or removing judges without impeachment on X. And this is despite, as Abby pointed out, multiple of them being Republican judges, including one who was appointed by Donald Trump himself. It's almost like these people are just attempting to break the law and the federal judges are upholding it, and now they just want to go against that also. It's literally just because he's unhappy with the ruling that he wants to find a way to circumvent the law. I mean, he's already circumvented the legislative branch. Now the judicial is next. What do we call it in government when there's no co-equal branches and all the power rests under one person?
2 of 12. Okay. I'm not done yet. The other thing is, you accuse all of these individuals, these attorney generals like Aaron Ford, right? You accuse the attorney general like, not Josh Stein, but Jeff Jackson in North Carolina, who are actually fighting for their constituents. But I didn't hear you say those things when the Mississippi Attorney General, Alan Wilson in South Carolina, were doing everything they can to stop things like student loan forgiveness, etc., day in and day out when Joe Biden was president of the United States.
Exactly. And the funniest part about all of this is it's entirely projection. Republicans have always been the party of packing the court to subvert the executive. They've tried to contest laws they didn't like from Biden for the entire 4 years. They did it with student loan debt, with stopping him from overturning Title 42, to block him from granting legal status to undocumented immigrants married to American citizens. They blocked him from rewriting Title 9 to protect trans students. I mean, the list literally goes on and on and on, and they actually venue search to find like the same crazy judge in Texas or in these Republican states, none of which were done by Democrat judges, unlike the ones Democrats are doing, but those are problems, and they were done by Republican judges, but they're still liberal lunatics. But when Republicans only use conservative judges, it's completely fine. Biden was blocked from doing blanket student loan debt forgiveness under the HEROES Act. He then found a way to do payments working towards forgiveness under the SAVE Act, and Republicans still pretended that he was overstepping the power of the executive and going against the courts. And this is like fascism pretty much, right? But now, because Republican judges are blocking Trump's clearly unconstitutional actions, Republicans are pretending it's radical liberal judges defying the will of the people, which gives them a right to go against it. I mean, again, these people are like posting fan fiction about having these judges removed online. Trump and Vance are saying they don't have to listen to them. This is a wildly corrupt and unconstitutional time to be alive, my guy.
Yeah. And by the way, have you noticed, Joy, a lot of Republicans are running this very kind of Trump is the state, you can't question him line, which is, he won the election. This is what people voted for. I keep hearing this line. This is what people voted for. No, they didn't. No. I don't remember him on the campaign trail saying, I'm going to take over Gaza. He didn't promise it. And by the way, the American public don't want it. So this is a lot of BS that's being pushed, that they are somehow popular. They have a mandate. They won by 1.5% of the popular vote. He didn't win a majority of the popular vote. Yeah. And yeah, he didn't say he was going to do half the stuff he's doing. I don't remember war with Denmark being on the ballot paper last year.
Exactly. The masses, the independent voters, those in the middle, the ones who mattered, they didn't vote for this. Obviously, the cult is going to defend anything Trump does, but they're the voters that don't matter. We don't really care what you guys think. Trump did not receive a mandate to do any of this stuff. He won the 4th smallest popular vote margin in history, most swing states by tens of thousands of votes, which is tiny in terms of electoral margins. He didn't get a majority of the vote of people who did vote it, and voter suppression, as we know, played a huge role in especially the swing states. On top of that, as Mehdi is mentioning, none of what he ran on is happening, and none of what he's doing he ran on. So the idea that he got a mandate for this stuff and it wasn't literally just, hey, lower the egg prices, you know what I mean? Like, is kind of crazy. He ran on drill, baby, drill. He's now already said that the consumer is going to have to lower the energy prices because he can't do much. And he ran on lowering grocery prices on day one. He's already admitted he can't even do that. And he hasn't even really tried. He ran on mass deportations, where they're now saying that they won't even be able to deport as many people as they ran on doing. And multiple Americans have been harassed because of these deportations. Them doing imperialism wasn't on the ballot card. Trump never said that we would be annexing Gaza and possibly using U.S. troops to do that. And I mean, no, don't be fooled. Any involvement with us in the region ends with U.S. troops. You think we're going to send builders over there and then not end up with security detail? Like, this is how we got dragged into Afghanistan, or invading Greenland wasn't on the ballot, or Canada or Panama, revoking birthright citizenship, going against the 14th Amendment wasn't on the campaign trail, repealing civil rights era legislation that has nothing to do with DEI wasn't on the campaign trail, handing the reins of the government over to Elon Musk and 19-year-old Nazis because he sent you $250 million wasn't on the campaign trail. Selling our Israel policy to Miriam Adelson because she paid you $100 million wasn't on the campaign trail. Defying the judicial branch wasn't on the campaign. Like, I could keep going on and on. Legitimately do a 10-minute video just on things he either promised on the campaign trail and isn't even doing, has already said he won't do, or that he didn't promise on the campaign trail, didn't mention, and now has already done. He successfully took the most gullible, easily led population in America, MAGA conservatives, and he convinced them that he's for the people, only to come in and instantly, and actually, hold on, wait, because I'm getting ahead of myself. He actually started in 2016, came in, convinced the most gullible population in America he was for the people, came in, only did stuff for billionaires, literally tried to invade countries, failed, shit the bed, lost us jobs, lost us GDP, complete failure, couldn't pass anything, barely, did nothing, then tried to steal democracy, came back, convinced these same people again, hey, this time I am going to be for the workers, to just come in and do George Bush level neocon stuff. I mean, it's kind of hilarious how MAGA got duped, and the different ways they're coping with it is also hilarious too, if it wasn't depressing for what this means for the country, obviously.